Hello everyone, welcome to Source Time Podcast, episode 1. I'm joined by the two founders of the company. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Tell us how you got into watches and how the company sort of formed.
What's going on, people? It's Fred from Source Time. So how we got into watches was one of my family members was doing a bit of watches, and I said, could you bring us in? We made a couple of ends meet. We had a couple of watches ourselves, didn't we?
Yeah.
We sold them, invested them into stock, flipped our way up from there, and we've been rolling ever since. That was must have been about 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably started 2 years ago, but about 6 months ago, I think, is when that's when we got premises in Hatton Garden.
February it was.
Or was it before that?
Yeah,
almost
11
a year.
months.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
February we moved
probably almost a year now.
Into the arcade. You know where to find us.
Yeah, so obviously it started off as just like a little side hustle, and then it kind of just blew up. Like we just started, realising that we could actually make something out of it, something proper, like a proper business out of it, rather than just like doing something to earn a little bit of extra money on the side. As soon as we realised that, we just basically went for it. We put quite a lot of our own funding into it, as well as gained a little bit of investment. But yeah, that's it. And I'm JP, by the way, co-director of Source Time.
And JP, with yourself, you started with selling sneakers originally.
Yeah.
How did you move from that to watches? That was sort of something that overlapped, and then you ended up focusing more on the watches.
Yeah. So I did business at university. I got a degree in business. So I already knew kind of like the basics of like running a business, like financially with with like cash flow and all that kind of stuff, all the finance stuff. So I kind of applied that and thought I wanted to work for myself. So I started just like buying and selling clothes, trainers, stuff like that. And I made a fairly, successful business out of it. Like I was, considering what I would be earning if I went into like a grad job straight after uni, I was probably earning like a little bit more money than I would if I actually went out and got a job and was working 9 to 5. And obviously when I was just buying and selling trainers, I was like working my own hours. Like some days I might not wake up till late, had all that flexibility. So from then I knew I never wanted to work for anyone. I wanted to do my own thing, where I've got the flexibility to kind of, do what I want. And then obviously from that, the watches was always what I wanted to do. And I saw that as like a step up from the trainers and the clothes, because obviously there's more money in it, it's more serious business, compared to like buying and selling the shoes.
Definitely a lot more longevity,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, obviously like there's certain people doing the shoes and trainers and all that kind of stuff who are doing really, really well, like the personal shoppers, and they, I'm not knocking them at all, like they make loads of money. But for me personally, I just preferred watches, it was just, that was my thing, and that's what I wanted to do.
I think when we both started out, we was quite passionate about watches.
Yeah.
And now it's like, when they say you work your dream job, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
true,
like for me, it's like I never have that like Sunday feeling that people always talk about. So I always can't wait for Monday morning to, because it's like we've done deals over the weekend. I'm just like excited to get it done. So it's like it's a dream come true, really, because it's like every day doesn't feel like I'm working.
Life's basically on our terms.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's bad days, good days. Stress. Obviously, there's a lot of stress in this industry, like working in this industry. But yeah, overall, it's like you really can't complain.
That's the thing. It is a 24/7 thing, isn't it? It's just constantly.
100%.
You don't have days off really. Even if you want a day off, you're on your phone. You're working the weekends, evenings. So yeah, because stress comes with it, of course. But
it's definitely hard to get a balance sometimes as well.
Yeah,
to switch off is quite hard.
What do you think about the watch game, and since you got in and started working for us?
Yeah, so obviously I joined a bit later. These two founded the company, and I was sort of brought in a few months after you joined the arcade, right? As soon as you sort of moved out and gone. But ever since I've been in it, it's so interesting what's happened with the market. It's gone up, it's gone down. It's been sort of
a rocky road.
Yeah, it's been a rocky road.
I've
seen it. It's absolute
watch dealing, that's for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
When the prices were up so high, when we started, the market was at like a steady level.
Yeah.
Corona hit. Obviously, recession was coming, and the people drove the prices of these watches up crazy amounts. Watches were gaining like 300%, and then they crashed down like no before. So many traders have been unstuck with like a lot of pieces that owed them a lot of big money because of the crash.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of money management goes into this business. Like our business model, we work off selling quickly. We don't really want to hold stock. We're not interested in holding a watch to try and make in the long run, maybe 10k. We'd rather, do you know what I mean? Flip the watch quickly, make 250, 500 pounds quickly. That's how we run our business model.
Yeah.
So it's like with the quick flips, we're never gonna actually catch a bad wind where
you're not tying yourself up.
Loss. Yeah.
And it's also like sometimes like, look, you can buy a watch and you can think, oh look, I can make a big profit out of this watch if we hold on. But how I see it is like, rather take a smaller profit, buy another watch, make a smaller profit. So in the same time period, you might have sold 10 watches, but you know it's a certainty every time. So it's like you keep flipping the money and you end up making the same amount of money you would have made off the one watch. But whether you would even sell that one watch and make that profit is another question. So we'd rather just, you know, keep spinning the money, keep going again and again.
It's important to have stock though as well. I mean,
yeah,
we sort of got into more older bits recently and women's pieces because money's a bit safer in those. But when people come down, you want people to actually know that you're serious. You've got stock in there, and stuff for them to look at and maybe you know, take a punt on it. Sometimes people do walk in and purchase stuff. It's not that unusual. So it's important to balance it out. Make sure you have some money into it, but also make sure you're not putting too much money in and then potentially taking losses.
At the end of the day, you've got to buy to sell. You can't just run your business off other people's stock. I mean, you can be that middleman, but essentially you're never going to be able to run a sustainable business just trying to be a middleman and make a drink. Do you know what I mean? You've got to take that step up and invest into some stock. Yeah,
you have to have stock because people got, you know, if people want to come to the shop, you can't just have the one watch that you've got in for them. You know, it just doesn't look professional. It's not even just looking professional. It's just like, look, any business you've got to have stock. You know, like you can't be a watch dealer without having a, you know, sustainable amount of stock, really. Because otherwise, it's just people just don't take you serious.
So we said about how you got into watches in the first place. What about the first watch you owned, the first luxury watch you owned? You may have owned a Casio or whatnot back in the day when you were younger. What about the first luxury watch you both owned?
Yeah, I'd say my first luxury watch would probably be a Tag. So I got gifted that from my old man. And then the first luxury watch I went and bought myself would have been a Rolex Explorer 2 Polar. So it's the 40mm version. I think 16570. I have to double check. But yeah, so that was my first watch. So I bought that kind of as an investment, but I also wore it and I enjoyed it. And then probably had it for a year or two, and then when we wanted to start this business, obviously I needed some money freed up, so I thought, what's the point of having this watch here? But when I sold it, I did actually end up making about a £500 profit on the watch, which was obviously a big plus, which I was happy with. But yeah, that just shows, you know,
you enjoyed the watch for
that's the thing. Years. I think that's what people should see when they think about investing into a watch. It's not like a get rich quick scheme that people thought during COVID, because during COVID, like, people would come and buy a watch off me, and then like 2 weeks later I'd like ring them up saying, oh, do you want a quick grand profit on it? Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy. But it's not like that anymore. You've got an investment is for 2 years, and you've also got to look at investment as you're putting your money into something, which means that you won't spend the money. So your money's safe in something. So even if you don't make a massive profit of it, even if you lose 10%, it's like, what else would you have done with that money?
As long as you enjoy the watch as well. I mean, that's
that's the main thing.
It's not just buy as investment, also buy it.
You could buy a watch for 50k, for instance, and if you're wearing it for a whole year and you lose £1,000, do you know what I mean? You've got your wares money out of it, and you still got £49,000 that's safe.
Yeah, exactly. You would have, you know, what would you have done with that money? You might have gone on holiday. You might have gone, you know, Harrods and, you know,
wasted it.
Yeah, so it's like, look, you've still got the 49 grand at the end of it, and you've had a lovely watch on your wrist for a year. Yeah,
so my first luxury watch was a Rolex Submariner Date, 40mm. It was on an undated card. Bought it off our good friends at Watch Index, actually. And so I actually sold that, funny enough. I bought it for £7,600. I sold it to Trotter's Jewellers for £7,200. And so I took a £400 loss. Same day out, I went and put the money in the bank, bought Bitcoin, bought like a Bitcoin and a half for that money at that time. Absolutely blew up, Bitcoin did. Made a bit of money on Bitcoin. That was fun times, I'll tell you that.
That's exactly what we were just saying. You might make a small loss on the watch, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no. Sometimes you need the money. Sometimes you can use the money for better things elsewhere. Of course. So that's obviously what Fred thought in that
I went from one investment to another. You can say it wasn't a solid investment where I lost £400, but I reinvested the money and made it back. So
yeah, and if you waited out a little bit, you would have, you know, you might have got a little touch more money, but you just thought, look, I want the money today and I want to put in something. I want to do it today. So it's like,
what's the market on a sub date now, like a 2016, 2018? 9k.
Yeah,
9k, 10k.
Yeah, 9
so if
to
I
10
would have held
grand.
out till now, I still would have been up. Do you know what I mean? It's, I would have lost out.
Yeah, probably worth about 10 grand now.
Yeah, so
in today's market, so yeah.
My first watch is actually watch on my wrist here. I've got a Rolex Datejust 41 Wimbledon dial with the fluted bezel. Market value on these, this is 2020, around 10,
10, 11k.
Yeah, 10, 11 grand, yeah.
What watches are on your wrist today, boys?
I'm just wearing a little 36mm, old one. It's nice. Like, it's got quite a rare dial on it, to be fair. Slate grey. Don't really see it that often. It's just, you know, nice little affordable watch. You know, we'd sell something like this for like 4 grand. It's nice little first watch, this, but
it's a good everyday piece as well. If you've got something a bit more dressy.
Yeah, I just like wearing watches like this, a bit simple. I find them quite classy, this watch, to be honest.
Fred, you've gone with a bit of a bigger piece today.
I've got a bit of a bigger piece.
Fred's flexing on everyone today.
We've got the AP chronograph with the blue dial with the silver sub-dials. Yeah, really lovely piece. We've actually got this for sale right now. We're asking 46,000 on it.
Quick sales pitch.
Yeah, 2020 full set.
Always looking for
Theme
deals.
watch. Hit us up. Get sourced on time. What do you boys think about the slogan as well that we've recently come up with?
Yeah, I quite like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of our friends actually come up with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he said it, and then it's kind of just stuck.
just caught on,
but I don't know. I quite like it, to be fair. So we're just going to run with it, I think.
Get sourced on
It's
time,
one of them things that's...
It works well.
It's cheesy, but it sticks.
Yeah,
it gets people interested, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got that catch in it. 100%.
Yeah. What do you boys think about? Do you think about the merch as well? Obviously, we've just got new merch. We've got these hats.
Yeah.
The hoodies.
I'm sporting the grey.
Yeah.
Got the black on as black hoodie as well.
Grey's my
Grey
favourite.
hoodie.
Shall I show them the back?
Yeah. Get out. Yeah.
Got the source time on the back. We've got a logo everywhere. Believe in branding heavily.
100%.
100%. If you wear it, it sticks in people's minds.
Got the JP's Sport Independent as well.
I'm just going to put it out there now. Best logo in a watch game. It is.
Yeah. Obviously, we've got custom pendants as well. We've only recently really got into the custom jewellery, but you know we can make pendants anything you want really. So any budget, we can cater to any budget. Obviously, this is a smaller pendant. Something like this costs you probably about what? How much does this cost us? Like 4 grand, where I'm at?
Yeah, 4,000. Prices start
Yeah.
from, obviously it all depends on what your budget is.
Yeah.
For custom jewellery, it's like, people ask us all the time, how much is this, how much is that? For custom jewellery, it's very niche. So if you say you've got £5,000 to spend, I'm going to build you something to that specification. Or if you say you've got £10,000 to spend, I'm going to build you something to that specification.
So yeah, it depends on sizes, depends what diamonds you want.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
anomalies that go into it. Do you know what I mean? Like the quality of the gold, like the carats, quality of the diamonds, whether you want lab-grown diamonds or you want real diamonds. You could even get SIs or CZs, which aren't even diamonds, which cost peanuts. So it's like, you can build something to
cater to your budget, really. Like, obviously, you know, sometimes everyone's like, "Oh, is it VS? Is it VVS?" But sometimes you can get SI diamonds, and the color on them is so nice that it's like it's going to be popping more than the VS stones because the color of the VS stones aren't as nice as the SI ones. So I don't know. I think just it's not all about having VVS, is what I'm trying to say. You know, if your budget doesn't cater to buying VVS, don't worry because it will still look just as sick if you get SI stones.
So obviously this is our first episode. We wanted to be more of an introductory episode. Obviously we've got a few things to cover. We're gonna do a little quiz in a minute. Fred's gonna be taking it on first. JP will be next week, so get yourself ready for that.
Oh, so I'm left the hook today.
Yeah, it's just Fred today. You've got 60 seconds to answer as many as you can, and then we're going to follow up with a little series idea that we're going to try and implement in our episodes. We're going to see how it does. We're going to see what you guys think. Obviously, let us know what you want to see on here in the comments below, and we're always open to new suggestions. We're going to do a little Celebrity Versus, a weekly feature where we're going to be looking at 2 celebrities from the same industry. Today we've got Mark Wahlberg versus Kevin Hart, and we're going to be looking at their watch collection, comparing what they have, their favourite brands, what it's worth, and ultimately you two are going to have to make a decision on what you think, who's got the better collection. And if it's a tie, if it's a tie, then I'll come into it and be the deciding vote.
I think I already know who Fred's going to pick, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. But
no, I have a small idea as well. And then in the main body, just as an introductory, we just want to sort of talk about your favourite watches, get a bit more personal, what your favourite watches are from the big brands, and ultimately come up with your favourite watch that's ever been released. And we'll finish with a small outro, just sort of general watch news of the week and the market assessment. We're going to get into the quiz now. Fred's got 60 seconds. I'm going to get the phone out. We're going to get the timer on the go. He's got 6 seconds. JP, if you could keep tabs on how many questions he gets right,
cool.
We're going to keep this up as a as a weekly thing.
Who's gonna tell me you know the answers? Let him do the timer, and you keep the tally, surely.
I was gonna say he can keep track of how many you get. I'll have the timer.
Oh, whatever, it don't really matter anyway, does it?
It's got it'll ring
You're gonna
out
tell
loud.
me right or wrong, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, Fredo, you ready? Nervous?
Born ready. My name's Fredo,
First ever. JP, try to get some tabs, yeah?
Yeah.
3,
I'll try my best.
2, 1, and go. What was the Rolex Submariner Starbucks known as before?
Kermit.
Correct. How many Omega moon swatches are there?
11.
What model was the first Rolex ever made?
Ooh, Daytona.
Oyster Perpetual.
Oh.
What is the Rolex GMT Master 2 with the blue and black bezel known as?
Sarah, right? No.
Black and blue bezel, GMT.
Oh, Batman, sorry.
Correct. How many Rolex models are there?
How much Rolex models are there? Oh, I know this. We've done this the other day. Is it like 36? No?
14 different models.
Oh, 14, yeah. But there's 36 variations.
What year was
half a
Audemars
point
Piguet
for that.
founded?
Sorry?
Audemars Piguet, what year were they founded?
Oh, 1875.
Correct. What was the model of the watch that Stormzy gifted Dave for his birthday?
AP Skeleton.
Correct. What was the new Oyster Flex Rolex release in 2022?
The yellow gold 42mm.
Correct. What is Patek's rubber strap model called?
Aquanaut.
Correct. And there you go. Time up.
How many questions did I get through?
You did 9.
You got 8. You got 8.5 because I only gave him a half point for one of them. Which one was that?
He got the what model was the first Rolex ever made wrong.
Yeah, so I didn't. So I got 7 points.
7.5. 7. We'll just have to give him 7. You know, half points don't count.
All right, 7 then.
7 points.
So that's what I've got to beat.
TP.
So that's what I've got to beat next week.
7.
Easy.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Easy, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, we've got plenty of questions left for you.
Each cheats on his tests anyway. We'll see next week.
Mate.
It was you wanted to prove yourself with the Batman question that ended up wasting you 5 seconds.
Do you know what watch I was thinking about? I was thinking about the white gold.
You're trying to be too clever. That's right.
Yeah, I was trying to be too flashy.
And the 36 variations. Did you have to mention it? You want a clock here, Fred, mate?
I didn't have to mention it, but do you know what I mean? I couldn't leave myself looking like a donut.
He's got to show off, hasn't he? He's got to let them know.
The knowledge is there. You just got to tap into it.
Of course. Well, you didn't do badly. Under the clock, first person to tackle the quiz.
Take on the quiz, yeah.
So let's get into the celebrity verses. So as we said, this is a weekly feature. We're going to be comparing 2 celebrities from the same industry.
Don't get me started.
And their watch collection. We've got Kevin Hart v Mark Wahlberg today. Two actors, 2 very successful actors, 2 friends.
Yeah.
And we're going to be causing a bit of divide here. We'll come with a conclusion. So we'll start with Kevin Hart. His favourite brand is AP.
Yeah, I thought so.
So he's got many different APs. He's got the Royal Oak Perpetual Blue Ceramic. He's got a Royal Oak 50th Anniversary Green Dial.
Yeah.
Very nice watch. And a Royal Oak Open Worked Extra Thin. Now there's only 40 of these in the world. And Kevin Hart has one. He probably got it gifted.
Yeah, he probably did.
What do you think of that? Those are his 3 sort of biggest APs. What do you think?
Am I right in saying he's an ambassador for AP, right?
Yeah, I think he might be.
Yeah.
I think he might be. I do think
some kind of deal with them.
Yeah,
He must do. He's giving them watches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he gets all these really exclusive ones either way. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. His APs are ridiculous, to be honest. Like, you know.
To be honest, my favourite AP has got to be the skeleton, rose gold skeleton, 41mm, double balance wheel, clean watch. Like,
yeah,
the Royal Oak, like, they've absolutely rinsed it out. They've done every type of variation, but there's still more to come. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But
the Green Dial 50th Anniversary.
He's got that AP. Which one? He's got the AP with a turbo on it. I think the blue one.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best one from his collection. Cause I remember just seeing that.
These are his 3 most expensive ones, but he's obviously got a lot more in his collection. I mean,
I might be wrong, but I'm sure I see him with some sort of blue turbo on AP. I thought I don't know what the reference is, if I'm honest, but that was proper.
I'll pull it up. I've got it somewhere. Where's my phone?
Yeah, he's got some. He does have some ridiculous APs, to be honest.
Going into his Rolexes.
Yeah.
His favourite Rolex model. Any guesses from what you've seen him wear?
I think does he wear Daytona a lot?
Correct. Yeah. His favourite Rolex model from what we've seen him wear is the Daytona. He's got the rainbow Daytona.
Yeah, I was going to say I've seen that.
He's got some older bits. He's got the vintage gold 6263.
No.
He's got the vintage, just not gold one, just 6263. He's got the platinum Daytona. He's got the Paul Newman Daytona. The Panda.
Yeah.
Which one of your favourites? Which one of those Daytonas are your guys' favourites?
It's got to be the rainbow, isn't it? No.
The rainbow, yeah.
It's got to be the rainbow. It's a ridiculous watch.
Yeah,
I've seen
I've
seen two variations of them in person.
The Parve.
Shout out Watch Index. Yeah. So the one they had the other day was insane. That was crazy.
The Parve dial.
It's the first time I've seen that
got the
person.
the clean black dial.
Yeah, when we started selling watches, I remember being like a little kid in the candy shop looking in the cabinet because I remember they had one of the rainbow Daytonas. Obviously back then the price was way lower than it is now. I think like 100 grand lower, and that was probably like what, a year and a half ago, probably a bit longer. I don't know, but yeah.
If we go through our Instagram, we got someone that DM'd us about it. I think we quoted them like 325 or something.
Oh right, someone asked us one, yeah.
350 at that time.
Market's obviously changed on them.
Yeah, I mean the thing with that watch is that there's so few of them about that it's kind of like the people who have them can kind of set the market in a way because there's so few of them available. It's like, you know, it's whether someone's willing to pay for it, and then that's the price.
Yeah, the buyer it's a very much a buyer's market.
Yeah.
If you've got the money and you want to spend it, you're going to pay the price.
Yeah. There's only a few. Yeah. They're so rare that, you know, especially as there's a couple variations of them. It's probably only a very small amount of each variation. So people just, whoever's got them can just kind of set the market with them.
Now onto his most expensive watch. We've got a Platinum Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711 with the factory set sapphire baguette and the sapphire set bezel. Yeah. And that's estimated. Obviously, this is online. You see different things.
It's the same thing as the rainbow I was talking about. There's so
few of them. Tiffany dial as well that just recently come up.
Well, has he got one?
Yeah.
And that's at one.
We're talking about Mark still, right?
No. This is
This is Kevin.
Yeah. This is all Kevin. Mark Wahlberg has the Tiffany. We're going to go into that.
Kevin doesn't have the Tiffany, I don't think.
And this is his most expensive watch, estimated around $1.1 million.
Yeah.
On one watch.
Yeah, I mean, was that just Rolex? Surely, has he not got APs that worth more than that?
No, that's just that Patek is worth 1.1 million.
Oh, the Patek, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's just his most expensive watch.
He's probably got APs that are worth that. Some of the ones you spoke
about.
Well,
this is what you could see. Yeah, they look. He's got a few other watches around the million mark, but this one is obviously his most expensive.
I mean, he's got. You can tell he's into his watches because, especially by the Daytonas he's got, because he's got such a variation of Daytonas.
Yeah,
of
even
modern
the vintage pieces. Yeah.
So you can tell he knows watches.
That's what I mean. We're going to go into Mark Wahlberg in a minute, and
Daytona's got the ultimate watch, doesn't it? The ultimate Rolex. It's the most iconic model that they make. Obviously, it's a racing driver's watch.
Yeah.
With the chronograph, the 3 sub-dials inside, but it's probably my favourite model. I really like the new Sundust with the baguettes, the rose model. Yeah, it's probably my favourite Daytona.
Yeah, the thing with the Daytona though is that a few years ago they weren't really popular. Like you could walk into Rolex and buy them for retail price $9 grand for like a stainless steel one. Now you're looking at, for let's say like an old pre-ceramic Daytona, what are they, like 25 grand still?
To be fair, a few years ago it's the same with a few watches though.
I know. Yeah, I know. Really but I think Daytona's the one that's like the most surprising because it's like triple, quadruple list. It was a quadruple list at one point. But before we could just go into the shop and buy one.
It's like mad. That sort of watch is an investment before you get it. So say you go on the list at Rolex or wherever watches are Switzerland and you get it, you know you're guaranteed, you're already walking in a massive profit as soon as you get a Daytona.
Absolutely.
But it's like...
any Daytona, any Daytona, that's probably one of the only...
Well, still to this day, do you think? I mean, there's surely some of them, though.
The bimetals don't do
actually,
too well.
To be fair, I think maybe like, for example, the white golds...
Oyster Flex ones?
Yeah, I think the white gold ones, and maybe some of the Oyster Flexes, you might not make money. But, you know, overall...
Yeah, it's one of the models that has upheld.
It's probably a winning ticket if you're getting a Daytona. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Kevin Hart, he's not just got AP, Rolex... and Pateks. He's got a few other watches. He has also got RMs. He's got the Roberto Mancini RM.
Oh, really?
Roberto Mancini, obviously, Italy manager. Yeah. Devastating. Beat us in the Euro final. That RM1101. That's a lovely watch. He's got the RM 035 Gold Toro.
Yeah.
He's also got a Patek Aquanaut Travel Time. I know, Fred, you're quite a big fan of that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's probably my favourite rubber strap watch. It's like Patek's really understated. I think the Aquanauts anyway.
Yeah.
They're probably one of my... I really like the 5711s.
Yeah. But he has the 5650G. Which is with it's the white gold model.
Is that with the green strap?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Is it not? So the total cost of his collection, this is obviously as far as we know.
Yeah.
Plus, there's gifts. There's going to be watches that aren't really documented and out there, and there's no price set for that open worked extra thin Royal Oak AP because it's not available.
So
to
unique.
we're looking at around $9 million for his collection.
Big collection.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's even higher. Which is just incredible. Just on watches, shows he's really into them.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you got as much money as someone like that, it's like
one of Hollywood's biggest stars, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to broaden your portfolio.
What's his net worth? Do we have his net worth written down anywhere? It's saying Kevin Hart's net worth updated 2023 is estimated to be $450 million.
So when you look at 9 million of 450 is not actually too bad.
Nah, well that's just a little fraction.
10% almost.
Yeah, that's just a little fraction of as well. So it's like, there you go.
Yeah, literally.
So you may as well invest heavy in watches.
Right, let's get on to it. Mark Wahlberg, my favourite actor. I've got to put it out there. He's a legend.
Oh well, there you go.
No, so that means the date is going to be a bit skewed,
If I could be one person, I'd be Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, but you can't let that influence your vote today, mate.
Of course I can.
Well, there you go. Well, all right. Well, Fred's already voted for Mark
maybe
Wahlberg,
hopefully it goes down to the deciding vote then, because we've got someone who's a bit biased.
He's definitely got a better watch collection anyway.
Well,
let's see first, go on. Let Tom do his job.
So he has got the rose gold rainbow Daytona, which Kevin Hart also has, so they copy each other a bit there. Some other noticeable: Arabic numeral day, which is lovely. Platinum Daytona with factory diamond bezel and diamond dial.
The TBR bezel, nice watch that.
Lovely,
crazy watch.
Meteorite Pepsi. I mean, these are just all watches that.
Have you seen the boxes?
That
Like, so obviously there's the XL box, but then have you seen that like crazy box that looks like it's almost like mahogany or something?
Yeah. You get it. It's like,
I've
like
seen
the
them in
beach
person.
Daytona boxes as well.
Yeah, I've seen the beach Daytona obviously with the box and everything. But that box alone, I think, is worth like I don't know if it still is, but like 10 grand or something just for the box.
Just the box.
Have you ever seen one of those in person?
Yeah, we've seen a blue one.
Yeah.
But that big mahogany, I don't know if it's mahogany, but it looks it like, it's got that green, like, kind of shiny finish on it.
Yeah.
I see Ronaldo the other day, that Daytona, and then they, on someone's page, I can't remember whose page it was.
I think it's Watchspot.
Oh, yeah, maybe Watchspot,
I think you sent it to me as Watchspot.
Yeah, and then obviously they've opened the box of the Daytona, but I've never seen that box before. Well, it is a factory box, right? It must be.
Yeah, it must be, isn't it?
For like the super exclusive,
but
big platinum.
Ronaldo's like probably the biggest.
Yeah, so maybe they only give it. So maybe they only give it certain people.
Most followed person on Instagram, right?
Yeah. So maybe they only give it to certain people because I've never seen that box.
Stay tuned next week. We've got, or whenever the next episode's out, we have got Ronaldo v Haaland in the next Celebrity Versus. If you guys enjoy it, obviously.
Surely it's got to be Ronaldo v Messi, no?
Well, Messi's not as into his watches as Haaland.
Because Messi's got that deal with Jacob and Co, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he's got. So
obviously Ronaldo doesn't play for United
so
anymore. But it would have been a Manchester derby. Manchester derby between those two strikes not long ago.
Nah, Jacob and Co aren't shit watches. They just don't sell.
Ronaldo has an awful lot of them. You'll learn about a lot of them.
I'm not a fan of Jacob and Co.
Jacob and Co do one of my favourite watches. Conor McGregor's actually got it with the roulette wheel inside. Can't remember what it's
but that's just because he's a gambler. You don't like the watch is I don't know.
No, it's just a sick watch. To be able to put that inside a watch, a working roulette wheel, that's some serious.
Why do you want like a 50mm watch? Like it's like massive like globe on your wrist.
If you had Conor McGregor's money, you'd spend 50mm on a watch.
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy that. It's not 50mm. That one.
Nah, but I was putting it into perspective because you said 50mm.
No, I said 50mm.
Oh, 50mm.
The size of it.
I think it's bigger than 50mm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why do you want like a fucking glass globe on your wrist?
No, to be honest, Jacob & Co is a good brand. Like the pieces that they design are like so bespoke. Like you won't ever see them again. But it's like
the attention to
spend
detail.
the big money and then the return on investment is like minus 50%, minus 60%, even minus 80%. But do you know what I mean? The people that buy Jacob & Co, and I've got these contracts with Jacob & Co, these Jacob & Co ambassadors, they've got money to burn. Yeah, that's nothing.
That's what I don't know.
That's why you don't like it.
Nah, I just feel like it's like the thing is what I'm gonna say is like it's just like marketing. But then you're like, but you like Richard Mille and that's marketing, so I can't really go down that road. But I just like Richard Milles. I just like how they look.
Yeah, but like you say, Richard Mille is just the same with Jacob & Co. They're very niche. It's like the watches that Jacob & Co.
I feel like they've kind of tried to do the same thing, but then obviously the thing with Jacob & Co. is they kind of went into the lower end as well, so they made it too accessible compared to Richard Mille.
They just stayed high end.
Yeah, Richard Mille was like, you can't look. I was in Milan recently and walked past a Richard Mille boutique, and not one watch in the window. And I was just kind of looking in there to see if there's anything in there, and it's like all the staff, like the security, start looking at you like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, but if I'm a customer, am I not allowed to be interested in your watches? But it's like, if I walked
Richard
in,
Millie's not like that. Though. You can't just walk in.
I think if I walked in,
go on a list, you actually have to be selected by Richard Millie to even purchase one in the first place. That's why they're so niche and everybody loves them.
So the boutique's just for show. Like you can't go in there and even for say Rolex, you can still go in there, you still try the watches on, you can still like register your interest and hope that you get one for list. But with Richard Mille, I think it's literally like, if I walked in there, they'll just look at me and think like, who the fuck's this guy? Like, that's get out of the shop sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, going back to Jacob & Co, that roulette wheel is called the Astronomia Tourbillon Casino Rose Gold. It's priced at, on Watches of Switzerland, £565,900, and it's a 47mm watch. So it's you get like a
that's the thing.
Rainbow Daytona for that sort of money, and your return on investment is going to be up there. But this sort of watch, to the right buyer, can be worth
next
any sort of
next episode when we look at Ronaldo's watches, there will be a lot of Jacob & Co's that do pop up, and it'll give us another chance to sort of look into them a bit more, talk about them a bit more. I mean, he's got custom ones made with him scoring goals on them. I mean, the attention to detail they put on them,
it's crazy.
It is
well,
crazy.
I just think, to me, that's like, why are you putting that on a watch? Do you know what I mean?
If you've got all the money, it's just for these rich celebrities who've got all the money in the world. I mean, if you could get a custom piece of you scoring a goal on a watch as Ronaldo, you're going to get it, aren't you?
Well, yeah, obviously. For him,
that's what I mean.
It's catered to all marketing.
They're
selecting these types of people because they have big followings and they have big influence on the world. So it's like
another watch that sort of.
I just don't really see like the class in it. I don't think it's classy.
Yeah. Another watch that gives me sort of Jacob & Co vibes is that we saw Andrew Tate buy it. It's that Bugatti watch.
Yeah, the Bugatti Veyron to match his Bugatti Veyron.
Yeah, which has an engine on the watch.
Listen, he's got too much money, he don't know what to do with it. So it's like,
No, of course.
Off topic, but what about him getting his house getting swatted for?
Who knows?
Girls?
Who knows if it? I don't know who that man.
Yeah, who knows?
There's been a lot of allegations against him, but all we know is he's got a nice watch collection. It might be something we look into on Celebrity Versus.
100%.
Yeah, him and his
brother.
That's
what I was thinking. We should definitely. I
don't know. He's probably got a better collection than his brother, but it could almost be a versus between them two. Because
his brother's got a horrible watch. Have you not seen the Cartier Santos? Just like bust down with sapphires. They
have ruined a fair few watches.
It's like aftermarket. I think he paid something like there's a TikTok of it, and he paid I can't remember it was something stupid for it, and it's like the most awful looking watch you'll ever see. It's fucking horrible. If you're watching Mr. Tate, that watch is terrible, mate. You need to sort it out.
Try and get a refund or something.
Yeah. You should have shot with Source Time. We would have pointed you in the right direction.
Yeah,
he's got too much money though, doesn't he? That's the thing. If they like it, they buy it.
Yeah, that's it.
Mark Wahlberg, most expensive watch. Talked about it briefly when we were talking about Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Tiffany Blue Patek Nautilus 5711.
Serious watch.
Which apparently recently sold at auction for $6.5 million.
Yeah,
this watch.
Listen, look, I don't know how real that is or whether that was like a marketing thing. But
am I right in saying there's only 50 pieces made?
Yeah. Or is there?
Is it?
Obviously, at retail.
What did
it retail for? Like $27,000.
Yeah, because it's just your normal 5711.
The thing is, it's hype, that watch. It's just big hype. I don't see the value in it, to be honest, because it's like, to me, it's rather.
It's not worth $6 million.
Yeah, you get a nice navy blue 5711 for a fraction of the price of that. I know it's a Tiffany,
but this is the thing. It's the exclusivity, isn't it?
That's what it is. Yes, it just puts. Look, if you've got that watch, it just puts you in a category of you're above everyone. You know.
What I like to call it is a dick swinging competition.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Literally.
And these boys have got massive Corys.
We'll see who else has got one. Leonardo DiCaprio's got one. I've seen him with one. Who else got one? Do you know?
No, it'd be something that
Kevin Hart,
it might pop up with another.
So Kevin Hart and they both got one, yeah.
There's
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart hasn't got one.
No,
Mark Wahlberg's got one.
That was when Fred was thought that we were talking about Mark Wahlberg.
Who else have I seen? Who else have I seen with a Tiffany? The Queen? No, I'm joking. That was edited. I remember that. But the Queen was obviously big into her Pateks, though. She loved Patek.
She only wore Pateks, didn't she?
Well, he's got some more Pateks. He's got the 5990 with the 18K white gold watch set with baguette diamonds all over the bezel and bracelet. That's valued at about $1.9 million. So already that's not even his most expensive watch, and it's more than Kevin Hart's most expensive. But we got to remember, it's not about the money. It's about what watches you prefer, what watches you would wear if they were all the same value. Essentially, you can't look at just the money of it. Because it's just like you just said, you'd rather get a Navy dial for a fraction of the price than a Tiffany. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's nice. Jacob Co is expensive,
but it's not nice.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I just don't. I understand. I do understand, but it is hype. That watch, it's just hype.
Yeah, you know? He's got 5 other Pateks, valued over $1 million each, $1 million each.
Jesus.
Sky Moon Tourbillon. 600 2R one, you might not know off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's the same Tourbillon you was talking about, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But it's got like a dark grey dial.
In 18K rose gold, that one.
Yeah.
And that retailed at $1.6 million.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Patek's big money for the Tourbillons.
So total cost of his collection, as far as you know, again, this is probably a lot higher, is around $15-16 million. Yeah. So yeah, a bit higher.
There is a clear winner here then, isn't there?
Well, it's not about the money, like we said, Fred.
I don't know. For me personally, I think it's got. I do think Mark Wahlberg, just because of some of the big pieces he's got. Because obviously, look, I know I said it's just hype, and I'm not the biggest fan, but look, if you've got the Tiffany in your collection, it's a big piece to have in your collection. It does kind of differentiate you from someone who doesn't.
But Kevin Hart has got a bigger range. But he's got the RMs.
Yeah.
Like if you were to have one collection, would you rather have RMs?
That's the thing. That's what I'm going to get to.
He's got quite a wide range, isn't it? Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to get to. But personally, that's what I'm going to get to. I'd probably prefer Kevin Hart's collection because I think mainly because of the range of Daytonas he's got. Because I just love a Daytona, and I can tell he's really into his watches with the vintage stuff. That he's kind of.
Wahlberg's got a lot of Daytonas as well, though.
Yeah, but he's not really into the vintage, though, is he?
No, he's got more the newer.
That's what I mean. He's more into modern Rolex.
He's probably got more.
But that's why I prefer Kevin Hart's collection, because he's got. I feel like he's got more variation. He's got more variation.
He's a bigger range.
I'd love to look in their safety deposit boxes.
I do think Mark Wahlberg's Rolexes though. He's just got like all just the Rolexes that I just love.
But I feel like to be like known as a big collector, I feel like you do have to have as many. You have to have a variation of brands.
Yeah.
But also buy what you like. So I'm not knocking him at all. Obviously, but it's ridiculous collection.
Yeah.
He has got a
but that's why I'm going to go for Kevin Hart.
I'm going to go for Kevin Hart.
Yeah, so
let's get the votes
in.
I'm
going to go for Wahlberg.
Fred, Mark Wahlberg, JP, Kevin Hart. It leaves down to me. Well, I didn't think he was going to come to this. I thought you might both go with Wahlberg.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's tough. I'm actually just having a quick browse. I think I'm going to have to go with Mark Wahlberg just because of his Rolex collection. It's absurd. It's just the platinum Daytona with the factory diamond bezel.
Yeah, it's true. To be fair, I forgot that one as well.
Day. The mini white Pepsi.
That's like your favourite Daytona, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
He's got the rainbow, which also Kevin Hart has. So
I just wanted to give Kevin Hart some credit because he's got a bigger range. Nice range, yeah. And I feel like you have to kind of branch out from just Rolex. I know he's got Pateks as well, Mark Wahlberg, but I feel like I feel like to be considered a collector by these proper collector, like people who are really, really, really into their watches, I feel like you've got to have that variation. You've got to have a bit of vintage, and you've got to have a wide range of brands. Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg might be more expensive, but it's about what you prefer. And
I hear what you're saying, but you could just class him as a serious Rolex collector. Exactly, which he is.
And Rolex is I think all of our favourite brand.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I mean, so
yeah. You know what I mean,
at the end of the day, Rolex is the biggest brand. Everybody knows Rolex. Like getting into watches, not everybody knows the other brands. Just like Rolex is the most overstated and understated at the same time. I believe, because like right now, especially with the market right now, some of these watches selling below list price and stuff.
Yeah,
you lot need to come and pick up some stills. Literally.
So, Celebrity Versus Week 1, Mark Wahlberg is the winner.
Takes the champ.
Congratulations to him. He might come back in a later episode if we find someone who has a collection sort of on his level.
By the way,
we might bring it back and make.
By the way, Fred is Mark Wahlberg's biggest fan. Like he wants to be Mark Wahlberg.
It was a bit.
If you're watching this, I'd love to see you sometime.
The day is a bit skewed.
Sweet Mark.
If you're watching Source Time podcast episode 1, I'll be amazed, mate. Give us a DM. So we're gonna go into the.
We'll get him up downer.
Yeah,
that'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll
go into the sort of main body of this episode, and it's quite introductory. We don't want to go too heavy for the people, and obviously we're going to get some pictures of these watches up on screen. Favorite watches of all time. So I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to look at the 5 sort of biggest luxury watch brands.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you guys for your favorite watch. I've got some jot down from what you said to me previously of what your favorite watches are.
What, one from each brand?
One from each brand.
Yeah.
But you never know, your decision might change. So I'll ask you first, and obviously we can sort of have a chat about that. So to start with you, Fred.
Let's go.
What would you say your favourite Rolex is?
My favourite Rolex, I like quite a few Rolexes, but one of my favourites is probably the Platinum Baguette Daytona.
Yeah.
It's 50th anniversary Daytona. It's crazy watch, like clean. Or like I said, I really like the Sundust with the Baguette dial.
JP doing some deals.
The Sundust with the Baguette dial Daytona. Yeah, it's probably a toss up between them two. Daytona's my favourite Rolex model.
I have written down for you what you told me. It's something different. A GMT Master 2 Sprite.
I do really like the Sprite, the new Sprite actually. That's actually rung a bell. I like the way that it's a left-hand drive, and obviously Rolex, they made, if I'm right, they made left-hand drives in like the early 90s, stopped.
Yeah, I think
now they bought them back, well they bought the Sprite back, and it's like really shook up the market. Obviously, where it only came out March last year, they're still quite niche. They're quite high valued.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people do like them. It's a good combo. It's a good colour combo.
They're still doing over double lists.
Yeah.
So obviously when they first come out, the hype was crazy. I think someone we know.
45k.
Yeah, the first people who I saw who had it was Watch the Time, Mark and Adam, and I think they had two, and I think they sold them for crazy money. But they were the first to have them. That was the first I saw. They had the Oyster and the Jubilee. This was like literally probably like a week after they came out, were announced, 2 weeks after. So obviously people just paid a crazy premium because they want to be the first, you know?
Yeah.
But now, it's probably about double list, like around 20 grand I see a Sprite at the moment, I'd probably say.
Yeah.
And list is 9.4 now, I think. So.
Yeah, so if you get one of them out of the AD, you're doing...
You're having a good day.
Good day's money.
Yeah.
What about you, JP? What's your favourite Rolex of all time?
Favourite Rolex of all time?
I've got one written down for you if you need the...
It's going to be a different watch to what you've written down, 100%.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I fear... What have I got written down? White Gold Anniversary.
White Gold Olive Fluted.
Yeah. That's my favourite. That's probably my favourite watch and how wearable it is, because that's something that you can actually wear all the time. But I think my actual favourite Rolex would probably be like one of the Rainbows, Daytonas.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Rose.
They're very, very flashy though.
Yeah, but that's
it's not something you can wear.
Nah,
yeah.
that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying the white gold, because I don't think I can imagine myself wearing it, but I just like how it looks. Do you know what I mean? The Rose, yeah.
I've gone for the Rose Day Date 40 Eisenkiesel.
Yeah, sick watch.
Very nice. It's
Those dials are crazy.
With the dials, with the Eisenkiesel dials, that every dial is different.
Yeah.
Just like the
if you can get,
well.
obviously they all look amazing, but if you can get one of them with just like the dial just looking amazing, some of the dials just look crisper than the others.
Yeah.
You can find an Eisenkiesel with a really clean, crisp dial.
It looks good.
Oh, it's just
And also,
some of them are a bit
that's
too
like the meteorites
marbleized.
on the meteorites, like the day.
Yeah.
It's just,
I also feel like the Eisenkiesel and the meteorite, obviously, they're going to be short run dials. By
This is the thing though, because I was doing a bit of research on the Eisenkiesel. So the Eisenkiesel stone is actually a stone that's collected in the UK. It's like, where was it? I think it's up Scotland way somewhere. I was reading.
I think I've heard something like this.
Yeah, and it's like a stone that's infused with copper, essentially, and that's where you get the effect from. But it doesn't sound like the supply is like infinite. Do you know what I mean?
And even like
it's quite a lot of
just because it still exists, the stone, that Rolex, that doesn't mean that Rolex are going to make it forever either way. Yeah. But the material is limited.
But that's why I said that, because the theory behind the meteorite is just like, obviously Rolex have bought a meteorite or obtained a meteorite. They're going to run out of this meteorite that they use in these dials. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's something that's come from outer space. Like, to even get something like that, it's crazy.
Yeah, when you actually think about it, because it's like, you never actually think about it, it's actually quite crazy.
There is quite a lot of hype behind it for that specific reason. People think that it's going to get
serious watch, the meteorite white gold, to be fair. I think that's probably one up there as well. One of my favourites.
The day-date.
Yeah.
We sold a day-date to
up for white gold.
We had a meteorite day-date the other day.
Yeah, RBR sold to one of our clients.
When he saw it, he was
speechless for a little bit. Yeah, but that's that kind of.
That's what makes you want to sell watches.
When people are happy, like even it's not all about.
It's not all about the investment.
It's not all about the money, the profit you make off the watch. Like sometimes some deals with customers, just like their reaction. Even if you're like doing even the other day, obviously that guy who came down, and you were saying he was he's a really big fan of the TikTok and all that.
What was his name? Nayaz.
Yeah.
Naya.
And we didn't really, we didn't exactly have, we didn't have fortunes in that deal at all.
But shout out to him.
We kind of wanted to
kept the customer happy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's a big fan of us. We give him some free merch. He's happy as Larry, man.
Yeah.
He's messaging us now. Thank you so much. Love the watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So even though,
appreciation.
So sometimes that, to me, sometimes that means more than someone who just comes and
it means more than it means more than making big drink of it, doesn't it?
Didn't hassle on the price. He just, look, I told him the price off the top of my head. He just said, really sorry, mate. But he didn't haggle me. He just said, sorry, mate, but I can't afford that right now. So then we just came to an agreement that worked for him, and I'm really happy we came to an agreement with him. We swapped him. He's basically done a trade with us. I asked for a little bit of money on top at first, and then he basically said, look, I can't afford it. But he was so polite on the phone and everything. I just thought like I just felt like doing him a deal, you know, because he said he was a fan and he was just polite. So I just felt, look, I actually want to kind of give this guy. Like make this guy happy, give him a deal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not like we said, client appreciation is nice.
But if he was like, I'll do it for this, like I'm just being, I would probably not have done it. But because of how he was talking on the phone, I thought, I want to do him a deal, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's respectful. Some clients, you come across some clients, and they're always just trying to squeeze you for like fivers and tenors and
50 quid,
and it's just like, at the end of the day, I understand you want to get a good price and you're making an investment, but like. There's ways to do deals. Like, we'd rather, if you're going to be ultra hard work, we'd rather not deal with you. Like, we have a good relationship with our clients, and that's how it works. Yeah,
that's the thing. When people just don't really haggle on the price, it's like we kind of, and then if they're like a returning customer and they were like,
we look after them.
Yeah, they didn't haggle and we're just polite and we're happy and everything. Then it's like when they come back for another deal, it's like we're like, like let's sort them out.
Yeah, we look after them.
And not really make much money off him because it's like because you're so like accepting of us and trusting of us, it's like we want to
go the extra mile for you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, without customers, the business would be nothing. So
that's it. Yeah. So you got to treat them right.
We'll continue with favourite watches. Favourite RM, Fred.
Pink Bubba Watson.
Yeah, that's what I got written down for you. I knew you.
But yeah, it's Bubba Watson's a living legend. Or the grey Bubba Watson's really nice.
That's my favourite. It's the grey.
But the pink one,
that's why I had the Bubba Watson grey down for you.
There's also, I don't know the name of it, but there was also like this. There's like a black Bubba Watson, and then it's like inside the dial, like it's like the outline of the.
It's got the red, right?
It's like gold, I think. It's got like the gold.
Yeah. I know
I don't know.
It's the same model as the grey one, but it's
it's a Bubba as well. Yeah. But that's nice.
No, but it's got I
know there's Bubba variations.
Yeah,
I think my favourite RM takes it.
Which one?
It's the Turbulent Skull, or known as the Day of the
Dead. The Day of the Dead.
Yeah, we saw.
I told you about that. You was like, what? You was like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, when he showed me, we saw the one I seen it the first time was Jonah Hill. He's actually wearing a fake one, isn't he? In the film Don't Look Up, the Netflix.
Yeah.
What did I say it was? War Dogs. I said he's definitely wearing.
War Dogs. But
we watched the whole film and we couldn't find it.
It was in Don't Look Up when he's the president's son in that film.
He's wearing
he's wearing the a fake version. I mean, I don't blame them because the watch is what 500 plus. Like,
no, it's more than that. It's like it's in the millions, I think. That watch. I think it is. Yeah, because the only one I've ever seen for sale is obviously it's one of them watches that you set the price. So little of them, you set the price. But
exactly. Yeah.
But the only one I've ever seen was Mr. RM. I've seen him with one. Selling one a while ago. I think he had two different variations of it because they come in a couple different variations, don't they?
There's like a grey one.
Yeah,
I think the one I've seen is I don't know. I've seen the grey one.
This is actually also one of my favourite RMs. The RM47 Tourbillon with the Japanese warrior inside it.
Oh yeah.
Sick watch.
And there's that other one as well with like it's like a sun. Do you know that one where it's like orange?
Yeah, it's called the Happy.
Someone had one actually. I'm pretty sure I see one in one of the WhatsApp chats the other day.
Oh my god, the mixed race guy. He does what's his name?
What, from UK or abroad?
Nah, it's American. He does the big tune with Snoop Dogg. Oh my god, how have I gone to mind blank and forgot what it is?
Favourite Protect, Fred?
Favourite Protect of all time? Probably, the 5711, bros. It's a clean watch. All the 5980, but the 5980, when you put them next to each other, the 5711 and 5980.
I had down for you the Aquanaut Travel Time.
Yeah, Aquanaut Travel Time, that's probably my favourite. It's my favourite rubber strap watch.
Yeah.
But I really like the 5711s. They're so thin, they look so good on the wrist. Like I was saying, if you put it next to a 5980, it's got the same strap, same sort of look to the watch, apart from the dial is different. But the 5980 has got such a thicker case. Doesn't look very smart, to be honest. Especially, I haven't got the biggest wrist in the world. I like my watches to look clean on, not bulky, not like looking silly.
Yeah, I like the I just like the Aquanaut, to be honest, with Protect, because the 5711, to be honest, I I really liked it. But for me, how like light and thin it is, I don't really like it. Like it looks good I think it looks quite nice on my wrist because I've got quite small wrists. But it's just like, you know, when you're spending a lot of money, it's like you want a bit of weight. I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's too thin. The 5711 for me.
That's who, Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
Mind blank.
Oh,
How could I forget
of
Pharrell
course
Williams?
he's got one. Yeah. No, I see that the other day actually on Instagram.
I think he was like the first one, first person to have one.
I got down for the Nautilus 5980 Rose. Is that?
Is it not? It's for. I think that watch might actually have something to do with it.
Yeah, I think it was made.
Yeah. Think about it.
I got down for the Nautilus 5980.
Yeah,
Rose.
that's what I mean. Yeah, so I like the 5980 Rose just because it's like it's just something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
But I do really like the Aquanauts. I think if I was going to have a personal, I'd definitely just get Steel Aquanaut because they're just so clean.
I really just like the blue face steel 5980.
Yeah.
I think it's just lovely, isn't it?
I think, to be fair, though, I really like the 5980, the bimetal one with the blue dial, because I think that's quite unique from Patek because they don't really have many bimetals. I do actually really like that watch as well. You know.
Yeah. That is really nice. That is a clean model.
Yeah.
You don't see it a lot as well. Like really see.
Yeah, I was looking for what someone had a
a
customer who was asking me for one, and there wasn't really. I couldn't really find many examples. There was only like one or two around.
Yeah. What about AP? Start with you again, Fred.
Like I said earlier, the 41mm rose skeleton.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, that's what I had down. That's what I had down for you as well.
Sick watch.
I'm the same, but I'd rather go for the stainless.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd prefer the stainless.
Yeah, same. It's still skeleton. Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Let's go. We're all on the same sort of page there. I mean,
right now with those skeletons as well, they obviously in the height of the market in COVID, they hit like the rose skeleton hit like 350k. You could pick one up now for like 160, 165.
It's like half
on the
price.
It's literally like half the price. It's crazy.
I think in the long term though, it's definitely going to do well. Because I remember a long time ago, before I was a watch studio, I was with a good friend of mine in Harrods, and he wanted to look at some APs. We went in there, and he asked them about a skeleton. He said, "Look, I know I'm not going to be able to get one, but what's like how do you select who gets them, sort of thing?" And he said it's basically they only give them out to people who are like the top customers. And the guy in Harrods said, "I see one skeleton a year. That's it." The whole year he sees one skeleton, and he said either still gold. He doesn't see like one of each.
Yeah, one of each.
That's what he said. He's like, I literally see one a year, and that's like if I'm lucky. Not that he probably really cares that much, but you know what I mean. That's what he said. Yeah.
Obviously, we picked all expensive watches here for a lot of these categories. How about your favourite watch below £15,000 in the current market?
In the current market below £15,000, Batman. Got to be like a 2016.
Batgirl or Batman? What do you prefer?
Batman.
Yeah.
Definitely. I like Oyster. To be honest, Jubilee's nice, but Jubilee I like on a date just. I feel like it looks really clean on a date just because there's not too much going on with the watch. Like the GMTs, they've got the crazy colorways and obviously the rotating bezel.
Yeah.
So it's like.
No, I agree as well. I think the Jubilee looks best. I think on the date just, Jubilee looks best.
What would you say? Would you say Batman as well then for your favourite?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't really know though.
I know you're a fan of the mint green.
Yeah, I do like it, but I wouldn't say that's the best for 15 grand or under.
It doesn't have to say. It doesn't have to. We're not looking at the best value for money. We're looking at what your favourite watch is.
I know. To be fair, I think I'm going to go for a Rhodium Yachtmaster. To be honest.
Rhodium Yachtmaster.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Rhodium Yachtmaster. Yeah, I really like them, and they're really cheap at the moment compared to what they were. They hit like. At one point, they were 17 grand. Obviously, a good friend of ours bought one for 17 grand, not of us. You know who you are. Sorry, mate. I know you're a bit sore on that one, but everyone took losses if you bought at the wrong time. But now you can pick them up for what? Like, what would we sell a new one for now? 13 and a half now?
Yeah, around 13
So it's like, and obviously, it's a lot of watch for the money because you're getting the rotating bezel is platinum. So it's like, it's so unique as well because it's got a baby blue sweeper ticker.
Yeah.
It's like, I just think it's a lovely watch, so clean. You know?
Yeah, I would just say they just 41 Wimbledon, but not the steel one. I'd probably say the bimetal rose.
Yeah, that's lovely
Jubilee.
watch.
Clean watch,
lovely. Yeah,
I think that's the best looking Wimbledon, and I think Wimbledon's my favourite date style. So,
quick thing about Datejust, why I think they're so good is that like
it's the variation as well.
Yeah, so they have so many variations of the Datejust. We're talking about the Datejust 41 here, and also they've like through the market going crazy and going back down, they've
stayed
probably
very stable,
held up the best out of any watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they've like
It's because it's the most affordable though.
Yeah.
So most
It's
people's
affordable and
first
it's-
watch will always be a
And
date.
it's not too flashy. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
you can get flashy ones if you want to go for yellow gold.
yeah, because I think during the height of the market, I feel like everyone was like, no, I need to spend the extra and get a sports model. But investment wise, they would have probably been better off buying a date.
Yeah,
Dates,
sports models
yeah.
crashed harder than
100%,
they
yeah.
were. So, yeah.
But obviously,
Quite a
we
lot.
always advise customers to buy what we like.
100%.
We're not financial advisors,
Yeah.
and we would always advise to buy what you like because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, if you have it for a year, 2 years, and you don't make any money, but you've worn it, and then you've still got your investment. So it's like,
Yeah.
just never really think about, like, if you're buying an investment piece, you've got to think seriously long term, 4 or 5 years, 2 years minimum, realistically. But
Yeah.
And as you said, something that you would enjoy.
That's
as
the
well.
that's the problem with the sudden increase that happened obviously during COVID, is that people feel like
everyone was trying to invest their
you're going to
money.
make money like that off watches,
Yeah.
but really that's it's unheard of. You're not going to make, you know, Rolex over the years historically it's like a steady graph, you know, so you're gaining a little percentage every year. If you buy the right watch for the right price, right condition, and you just keep it in nice condition, put it away, then like gradually before that's what you used to do, but obviously during COVID times it just went like that, and now it's gone like that, and now it's kind of like that. So it's like, you know, it's kind of COVID kind of messed it up because it was historically just doing this, always just doing that, just
Off and
safe.
Yeah.
You know, but
So you've given me your favourite watches from each brand.
Yeah.
Now time to pick one. Fred, your favourite watch of all time?
It's got to be that pink Bubba Watson.
Pink Bubba Watson.
Sick
Yeah.
watch. Sick watch.
How much is that? I mean, it's one of them watches again,
In the millions.
but isn't one sold at all? Like, have we seen one
I
sell?
think when they first come out, we
like
could.
2 million mark, wasn't it?
well, the list price, I think the list price is 900,000.
Yeah, one of my-
I don't know if that's dollars, but
I remember one of my friends. I remember Jay. You know who you are, Jay. He asked me for one of his relatives,
Yeah.
and we got a quote from one of our suppliers, and they said $2 million at the time of release.
I think it was. I think that was sterling. No?
Yeah,
think
it was
it's pounds.
pounds.
Wow,
It was
yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, I think it was.
No,
Yeah,
not dollars. Sorry, yeah, pounds.
yeah.
But obviously, I'm sure it would have settled out a bit by then.
yeah. He said.
I think the list price on that watch is like 400k. Anyway.
no, it's 900.
900.
Really?
I think. Well, I might but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's 900.
That's something we could pop up on the screen if we're wrong.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
asterisks.
I think I'm closer, 100%. Around 450.
That's, there we go. Another little
Yeah.
competition
How much?
between
50
the two.
quid?
Yeah, 50 quid.
Who's closer? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cool.
easy,
You'll find out in the
easy
next
50 quid.
episode.
Don't gamble.
But I'm searching up right now. I'm about to beat you.
Bubba Watson, pink. While Fred's searching that up, JP, favourite watch of all time. Are you going with the Bubba Watson as well, but the grey one?
I don't know if that's my favourite watch of all time though.
You're right, JP. $980,000.
Oh, so Fred
That's
just
like
lost.
lose 50 quid in fucking 30 seconds.
Oh,
Fuck's sake.
mate.
I was pretty confident with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I pretended I wasn't sure. Hustler, man.
Off the gambling.
Gets him in slowly. It's like when you're playing Louis Kings at FIFA. Made out he was shit. Second game, double or nothing.
Yeah.
But then he lost.
Yeah. just don't gamble.
Had to
Just
get
don't
me
gamble.
to save him.
It's awful. It's
You might have seen it
awful.
on our TikTok. FIFA bets. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't get started on them. So what are you going for? JP, favourite watch of all time?
I'm just going to say Rainbow Daytona.
Rainbow Daytona.
Yeah, I'm just going to say
Which
Rainbow
one?
Daytona.
Anyone in particular?
I don't
Parve?
really know. To be honest, I'm not really sure which variation is my favourite.
Parve's got to be the one.
Yeah,
right?
probably.
You're going for the flashy look at the end of the day. That's what,
Yeah.
that's what you're
So
attracted
it's
to,
like
yeah.
if you're going, like, if you're going all out. If you're going for the flash, it's like you got to go all out, I guess.
Yeah.
Get the Parve, yeah.
Honestly, in comparison to the black dial though, and the Parve, I think the Parve looks a bit more girly because it's got so many diamonds.
But I think the Parve looks cleaner in a way. Like it goes more. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think the black dial's more of a man's watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Parve probably. Yeah.
Yours, TP?
I was going to go to Eisen Kiesel. I put a smile on my face thinking about it. I just love it. I wish we had it in stock again. When I was literally looking at it every day.
Yeah.
It's just
That's the
it's
thing,
Not, and
I
it's
like-
not too expensive compared to your guys' watches. I mean,
Yeah.
you've gone for a Bubba Watson, the pink one, and you've gone for a Rainbow Daytona. I mean, it's not fetching anywhere near those
Yeah.
numbers.
Do you know what it is? I feel like it's more. I feel like for us, it's like now that we're used to seeing certain watches all the time, your favorite watch becomes the
different,
stuff that
yeah.
you don't really see. You know. So obviously the Eisenkaiser, it's like they're quite. I've seen quite a lot of them. You know, they're about.
Yeah.
You know, and we've obviously
yeah.
sold one.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
or
we did.
two. New.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Once you've had it, it's like, you know, the novelty of it kind of wears off for me because we're
It's like
handling
cars.
watches all day.
Not for me.
You get a new
Not
car
for me.
and you get bored of it. Like JP got a new car, got bored of it in 2 weeks. He's already looking at new ones. Same with me, really.
But it's like, you know, I think it's just human nature, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Once you, it's like the white gold olive was like, oh my god, and then I saw it, and now I've like seen loads of them, and you know.
But Isaac Kiesel, every time you see a different one, it's slightly different.
Yeah.
So it's
That's what's nice about it. Same with the meat track, but I prefer the meat track to the Isaac Kiesel.
100%.
Yeah, I prefer the
they're
meat track.
both very nice.
I like white gold over rose gold.
Yeah, so
personally.
Yeah, so do I.
Some rose gold models are out as well, but like personally to wear, I feel like the white gold looks good.
But white gold, it's
a lot more subtle as well.
Yeah, it's subtle, but
it's smart.
Sometimes you're paying that premium for white gold, which almost looks the same as steel.
Yeah.
But you pay that extra premium for that rose anyway. Rose is always priced higher than white gold.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, sure. Like the list for a rose gold day is 35 grand now.
Jesus.
Obviously, Rolex. If you hadn't heard about that,
for like a Roman dice.
We're going to go into sort of general news now, as we sort of finish up this podcast. That's something we can talk about. Obviously, new year, Rolex have decided to lift their prices, their retail prices.
Yep.
How do you think that's going to affect the market?
I think so.
I think they're very smart in what they're doing with their marketing. It's like, obviously, you're going to push the price up. You want to keep the price high.
Yeah.
It gives people that interest that it's like still that luxury brand that it's never going to die essentially, and it gives people buying confidence. Like if they think the prices are always coming up and up and up, people are always going to want to buy. It's just like with any investment, if something over time has always proved it's gone up and up and up, it looks like a good investment, right?
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna stop. It's going to make certain watches less available because less people are going to be buying them from the ADs, the big rose bits, certain big rose bits and stuff like that. Because
it's because people know that people are looking to make profit.
Yeah,
and they're going to know that some of these pieces now
are doing
people are going to be offering under list.
They're doing under list. So
so
that means that certain watches aren't going to be as available, I guess.
But that could not maybe affect Rolex in some way, because a lot of their sales do come to people who buy and sell, as much as they want people to, they don't want people to do that.
Yeah.
And they may not, they're not a fan of particular people doing it.
Of anyone doing it.
Yeah,
no,
of course.
Yeah, obviously they're very strict.
But that may affect them, because people are going to get offered watches and then they're going to be trying to sell it, and if they know they can't make a profit on it, they're not going to be buying them. So could we maybe see Rolex's sales this year, while it's the first year of its inflation, maybe take a hit a little bit, do you think?
Well, you never know. Obviously, before
I feel like they already have. Like right now in this market, we've like bottomed out. Like we was just saying, a good few watches are selling under list. So
it's
someone offered me a 36mm yellow gold day date yesterday. Like, honestly, I see that in my eyes. That's not something that sells. So the list price on that is £29,500.
It's crazy.
I wouldn't buy it unless it was like less than 25k.
Like, why are you going to buy that when it's like we can
spend a
sell
little bit extra and get the 40mm?
Or we can sell an older 36mm for like a fraction of that price.
Yeah,
like 18 grand, for example, for that one we got in stock for 2001.
Yeah, because I got offered a 22 yellow gold bimetal Wimbledon, but had to offer them on the list.
Yeah,
and because they're 11.6 now for list.
Yeah, that's the problem. The list price is so high that like certain models we're offering on the list now.
Yeah,
I feel like these are models for our market though, so there's less flippers.
And these Datejust
it's good for us.
We usually Datejust with watches. Obviously not every Datejust. Some of the women's pieces and some of the diamond ones maybe, but Datejust were always ones that people who were going into Rolex and buying them knew they could buy them. Come out with a profit.
Yeah, of course.
And this is sort of the first time in a while it's been like that. But I do think the market assessment, obviously, the market is difficult. It's changed every week. By the time this is out, it might have changed again. It's constantly changing. But right now, we're seeing less and less sort of sports models around. Don't you think the market is starting to sort of rise a little bit again?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we are seeing. I feel like sports models have kind of a lot of people are buying sports models again all of a sudden. Before it seemed like a month or two ago, it seemed like there was like too many sports models about. Like, you know, there was like too many, and the prices were dropping.
And that's why they were going
down. But now it's kind of the opposite. Like we needed a Pepsi the other day, and there was like not really many about.
Yeah, it was hard to find. And
but before,
back in the day, it was just
like a month or two ago, you put that message, and I'd have like 5 people call me because they're like desperate to sell it.
Trying to sell
do you know what I mean? But now it's right now, as of today, when we're filming this, sports models are a bit scarce at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to talk about a new release, which is the City Dweller 50mm Rolex, the biggest Rolex that they have made. What do you guys think of that? I haven't seen one in person yet.
Absolute monstrosity.
I think it needs to go in the
Obviously,
bin.
it's a watch made for deep sea diving, so it's fit to the purpose. But aesthetically, not pleasing at all.
No,
Looks
it's
like
weird because it's
horrible.
because the dial size is
It's
the same as
thickness of the case as well.
It's the same
like-
as the
it's almost
James
an inch.
Cameron.
No, you should have
normal Super
seen it. I should have taken a photo, but I walked past the AD the other day, and they had the James Cameron and this new titanium 50mm in the window.
Oh,
The
next
James
to-
Cameron looked like.
tiny.
baby.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I have
like
seen
a
a picture
36
of them next to each other.
I was thinking.
It is like
it's-
10 mil bigger though.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, is this James Cameron, like, is this like some new tiny little James Cameron? Like, honestly, it was crazy. The difference was like crazy, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Your eyes do play up sometimes though.
Yeah,
so-
but I'm saying, yeah, but look, if you've got
It
a
is.
James Cameron next to like a Datejust, the James Cameron, you're like, cool, that's massive. But
Yeah,
compared to that, it's like nothing compared to this.
Yeah,
new
yeah.
titanium
I saw a
thing.
picture. I think it was Roman Sharp posted. He got it quite early. He put a picture of them next to each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you can just see the size difference. It's a joke. I don't know who. It would definitely not fit
It's
my
fit for
wrist.
purpose though. Like
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If
Right, and
you're
they're trying something new.
flashy deep sea diver, you know what you're buying.
yeah.
I think they are quite accessible. Like, I think if you want one and you want to buy it directly from Rolex, I think you can. I think they are giving them out in a way, because as soon as they were announced, like, we saw people getting them straight away. Like, usually
Yeah.
it takes a while for them to come, and you know, you don't really see the watch for
This
a while.
price is quite high on them as well. I think they're like
Yeah, that's
22k.
what I mean, 23 or 24
20,
grand
yeah.
or something.
Really?
I think something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, because
quite
it's
high.
titanium as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
And that's the first ever, just the first ever
Titanium.
50mm they've done, and it's the first ever titanium they've done.
Well, I think that just about sort of wraps up everything we wanted to cover for this first episode. It's been a good introductory episode.
Yeah.
Hope you guys learnt a bit. Anything else you want to say?
No, just thanks for everyone for tuning in. If you like the content, hit us up, let us know. If you've got any ideas, yeah, just feel free to comment them below. I'm sure we'll roll
Yeah,
some
it's
of them
our,
in.
it's our first episode, so
And
so obviously, yeah, there's always room for improvement,
Yeah.
and there's always room for new content to include, maybe content that you guys maybe didn't enjoy as such. So we're always open to new ideas and expanding and changing up. The
Yeah, we'll
podcast.
definitely get some guests on as well.
Yeah, we'll
so-
try to get some guests in as well.
Yeah.
Switch it up, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check us out on all socials at Source Time on everything.
yeah, hit us up. Anyway, thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, Fred from Source Time. I'm out.
JP from Source Time, I'm out.
And TP from Source Time. Thank you very much, guys.